Hey guys, this is HTOMario, and I'm going to be showing you a Terran against Protoss game. In this specific game, we're going to be, I believe this is a new opener I've been playing with. This is a Terran against Protoss Mech. So, with the build order, what we do is we build a supply depot at the front at 10. We build a command center, a barracks near our base at 12 supply. And then at 13 we get a gas. Just gonna speed through the build order a little bit. We get a marine, and then we get a second supply depot at the front. This way we can wall off in between them with a bunker. After the marine, we get a reactor. So this is a little bit of a tweak of a build, and then another command center. This is a very heavy micro build, and then we throw down our factory and then our bunker. So with this specific way we get more SCVs and mules out sooner. Now what we did is we scan him and we see a twilight cancel and we see him cancel it. So we scanned around the 5-minute and 25-second mark, which allowed us to see exactly what he had. I was looking for an expansion, and I produced one widow mine, some more barracks. So we know that this time it isn't going to be. I would double scan just to make sure that, maybe he exploded, but he didn't explode again. And we saw Twilight Cancel, so we thought it might have been DT or Blink Stalker, but now that we know it isn't, or at least he canceled to make it look like he isn't, he could have repositioned it somewhere. We're going to drop 2 bunkers to be safe and move our Widow Mine back in case it's an Oracle. So just 2 bunkers near the production line. And he did go Stargate, and the Widow Mine was able to get it. So now that we know that he went Stargate, he could be trying to go for a bust because we saw a really delayed expo. And we do see that now. We get the siege tank out to help against the bust. He does break down the bunker. I was not able to repair it in time, but we were able to drive him out regardless. So we rebuild these bunkers over here so we can try to hold the front. And now he's here with the mothership core, and he's trying to come up into the base, and I've pulled some workers to defend the bunkers. And I'm also now, I pulled some on either side on auto repair, and then I'm dropping a second barracks because it still looks like he's going all in. I rescanned to see if he's got the expo. I didn't see the workers here. I just was looking for the expo and I didn't see anything go down. Should have known it was an expo, so I was using the Viking to check, and I saw this Phoenix here, so I know that he's still producing out of the Stargate. But I decided that I'm gonna take my expo now that I have enough. I also scanned to double check to make sure that there was an expo there. So now that we're feeling safe, we drop 2 bunkers on the low ground. We kind of siege up here because the siege tanks can hit most of the ground trying to get through, and you'll have to go all the way around and up here. So this is a bit of a defensive positioning until these bunkers get up, and we drop another 2 factories. We also produce a Raven in case he switches to like Dark Templar. Ravens are good at Hunter Seeker Missile and Point Defense Drone. Ravens are pretty good all around, and you want one kind of early on so they can build energy. I see a pylon here, and I do try to snipe this in a second. Yeah, it might supply block him. He might not be accounting for that pylon. So it's always good to kill him. Get armory, and I'm gonna go Ghost Academy. I'm gonna throw in some EMPs and another factory. So I'm going up to 4 factory, 1 starport with reactor, another command center because I'm gonna try to take my 3rd pretty early. Everything back at the base is just macro. I put up 2 sensor towers in case he goes for robotics and tries to drop. So far we've already seen that he's tried to all-in me twice. So I'm playing a little bit defensively, trying to take out this pylon. I don't want this pylon harassing the space. And now I'm ready to take this expansion. Now that I've landed this expansion, he was actually able to come up and snipe it. He came up to attack it, and he did kill it. So at this phase of the game I'm thinking, okay, well let me scan his 3rd, how far behind am I, and I see that he's got a 3rd base. And this is not good for me. This puts me really far behind because now As a mech player, it'd be different if this base was coming up, but it looks like it's been up for a while. You know, or not scan, I have this thing here. Looks like it's been up for a while. He's mined at least 200 gas from each geyser, so that's an extra 400 gas on top of me, and it keeps rising. So I decide that I'm gonna have to do some kind of all-in-ish attack. I have a lot of SCVs, and I can't saturate my two bases pretty well. I have a third command center going, but I decide to take a few workers from each base in just a moment, especially after he gets another base that's fourth. So that's definitely like, oh, time is of the essence. So I have some Thors, because I know he's got Void Rays. I have some Vikings, I have Raven, I have Ghost. So I take a few of my SCVs and I go ahead and move out. I scan a little bit ahead of his army, and I see, okay, he's got carriers. That's definitely alarming. I want to engage that and fast. So I drop down point defense drones. They help against the interceptors, and they help against stalkers. He was able to snipe the Raven, but he loses the Void Ray, and I did EMP part of his army, so that's good on my part. Send my guys up the ramp, and then I siege my tanks while I'm trying to use my Vikings to snipe the carriers. So he's taking quite a bit of damage. You know, with the SCVs are also repairing all the Vikings before they can die. I think I've lost like one Viking, or maybe even two. Now, we're trying to reinforce as well as we can while taking our third base. Even though he was ahead economically, we were able to overpower his army with the use of the SCVs, and now we're in his infrastructure. So, I mean, technically, if it wasn't for this army positioning, he'd still be ahead, because he's got two more bases here. But the fact that this is where he's producing everything, and we're tearing down the wall, is giving us a major advantage in this game. He does have some carriers back here, and he's trying to chrono boost these out as fast as they can. But we are able to take out at least two of the Stargates so far. And we're dropping missile turrets just to double check, make sure that there isn't anything else on the map that is mass air transition or maybe Dark Templar that can kill us. We've definitely, even if we lose this entire army, we've definitely come back into this game because we've killed off almost all of his infrastructure. And I'm trying to snipe these carriers. I don't want them out on the map reuniting with a bigger army if there is one. You know, at this stage of the game, I don't know. But it turns out that there wasn't, and he does decide to leave the game. Something I want to throw in here, I've had some requests to let the camera, like you see my point of view, but to move the camera around, and to not have the camera lock onto whatever I'm seeing at that time. So if you guys could leave some feedback as to which you prefer. This game I did a little bit of both. I let it free. I did it freely in the beginning, and then I let it lock on near the end. So whichever one you guys prefer, please do tell me, and I'll take the most comments into consideration and make the future videos like that. So thanks for watching, guys.